Today I fucked up by kissing my same-sex partner in front of my homophobic parents. Hello. A little backstory about me and my family. I'm 23-year-old, male and come from a Slavic county. I'm unnaturally tall and skinny, kind of like Slender Man. My family consists of my dad, my mom, my sister and my brother. My brother doesn't even give a fuck about me and my sister is supportive. However, my parents are extremely homophobic and even slightly racist. Alright, so even from a young age I have always known I'm sexually attracted to both females and males, but I never got to explore the latter attraction due to obvious complications. I come from a poor Slavic county where the concept of LGBTQ+ is kind of new and not very well received. I lived there for 18 years, until I graduated 12th grade and got the chance to go to study abroad, which I gladly took. First I was off to Germany where I found a gal, but it was nothing serious and thus I moved on, going to Spain for 2 years working my ass off to even survive. However, I did not like it there and moved to England where I currently reside, working as much as I can to stay afloat. Through my journey I have met a lot of people, but none as interesting as, Miami and Josh. Those are not their names, this is all for privacy reasons. Those two were best friends, with Miami being a native and Josh being a foreigner like me. Met the two at my workplace and soon discovered that Miami and I were going to the same college. From there the three of us became best friends. They were quick to let me in their group and began doing things with me all the time. And spending so much time together I learned a few things about them. Where they were from, their lives, their goals and aspirations, all the good things, and the more time we spent together the more I realized Josh and I are the perfect match for each other, with Miami always pushing us to be together. One day we caved in and decided to give it a shot, saying it's just something temporary. Well, it has lasted 2 years now and it's still going. But there was always a lingering problem in the back of my mind, my family. And as the stars aligned they decided to come over from the holidays and visit me. Worst part is I had told them I had a partner before because they were awfully pushy, but I always kept it vague so they wouldn't figure it out. Both Miami and Josh knew about my parents' homophobic and racist tendencies and realized that telling them I like Josh, who is a black man, so woo _bingo, was not going to work. Together we came up with a plan. It was simple. Miami would pretend to be my girlfriend for the holidays while Josh and I don't show any feelings towards each other. The plan was good, on paper. The moment my family stepped out of the plane and I greeted them, things went sour as I was holding Josh's hand. Then during dinner I was constantly talking to him and giving him attention. And to Miami's credit, she did try to smear and cover things up, with my sister catching up sooner than expected and helping me too. But then it happened. The plates were empty and all that was left was dessert. Josh, being the nice friend he is, decided to go get the desserts and bring them over. Oh, how I wish I was the one that brought that cursed chocolate cake over. That was because when Josh got up to get the cake he tripped over and fell on his face. Everyone laughed but I was horrified and rushed over to check on him. I picked him up, checking if he was hurt, and dusted him off, all the while gazing in his eyes. And then emotions took over him and he kissed me, saying I'm alright, don't worry about me. Fuck me. I, though, as the entire family put 2 and 2 together. I have not seen a crowd this mad ever. It was a bloodbath of yells and cries. My father jumped up and tried to beat my boyfriend for kissing me. My mother cried in shame and my brother, well, he was fueling the flames by whispering, how could you? It took my sister, me, Miami and Josh 2 hours to physically push my family out of the house. All the while they were telling about what a disgrace I was and how they disowned me. Upon kicking them out and waiting out for them to stop kicking my door screaming, I collapsed and cried myself to sleep. It's been 2 days since the incident. Josh cannot stop apologizing, though it was not his fault. My sister is trying her best to calm me down, and Miami she is helping bother me and my BF get through this. As of today I have officially been exhaled from the family, which told me to never set foot in their house, my house. I apologize for my bad English at times, it's not my native language, and also sorry for the stupid names like Miami and Josh, but I want their identities to remain confidential. TL, Doctor, I was supposed to act non-gay for the holidays in front of my family but failed, and now I cannot return home ever again. You didn't fuck up, you just started your new life. Your family is the people who love you. The homophobic idiots who've cut you off, they're just relatives. Honestly, home is where you're loved and accepted. Find out where your home is and love the people in it. As for your parents, they saw something they didn't like in their own child and they chose to respond with hate. You are not the problem here. Sounds like your parents are dicks and you did nothing wrong. I'm really sorry mate, that's utter shit. I hope you can sort all this out, but just know you're doing nothing wrong. Fuck em. Family is the ones that are there for you no matter what, not blood. The saying blood is thicker than water has been bastardized to where it's entirely opposite of its original meaning. Blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb was the original saying, meaning that the relationships you build are more important than those that were built for you due to genetics. Now, that's not to say that everyone will experience the same thing and not be able to trust their blood relatives, but you shouldn't feel obligated to keep shitty relatives in your life. Fuck 'em, go make a better family if that's what you want. Wow. That's honestly very bold today. I fucked up and I did not know that. Thank you. Truly I thank you. Today I fucked up by sucker punching my girlfriend and giving her a bloody nose. This actually happened last night. Context: I just recently got my own place and my girlfriend occasionally spends the night with me. She normally comes over right after she gets off work at 8 p.m. but last night she texted me saying that she was going to be staying late at work and probably won't get home until around midnight. I said okay and that I'd probably be in bed by the time she got there. Well, I go to bed because I work early in the morning. I go into a very deep sleep, which is something rare for me because I have trouble sleeping due to anxiety that something can happen while I am asleep. Well, in the middle of the night I am woken up by someone covering my face and aggressively getting on top of me. I freak out and instinct and adrenaline kick and I start fighting back. I punch them, whoever it was on top of me, square in the face. I heard them hit the ground followed by a cry of pain. I immediately recognized the cry as my girlfriend. I go to help her. She now had a bloody nose and had hit her head on the floor. I immediately started apologizing but she started laughing. She thought it was funny even though she obviously had gotten hurt. We ended the night with getting her cleaned up and cuddling together as we both went to sleep. But now she keeps saying stuff like, "What are you going to do? Hit me again?" FML. TL, drive. My girlfriend wanted to have sexy time and I punched the fuck out of her thinking she was someone trying to kill me. There's a joke that kind of plays out like this, except it's a husband waking up to all these niceties after a late night out, i.e. loving note on the nightstand with aspirin for his hangover, a full breakfast waiting at the table, and his wife in the kitchen with a black eye. When he sits down to eat, he asks his kid what the hell happened, and the kid says, "I don't know, I just heard you stumbling into bed last night and then the next thing I knew, you yelled 'Get off me, bitch, I'm married,' before knocking mom to the floor." Lucky you don't keep a gun under your pillow. Bullets, the punch you can't take back, you trespassing slut. My husband would absolutely do this. He sleeps like he's dead. More than once I've had to make sure he wasn't. Know that if I have to wake him, I need to stand back and just start saying his name. He wakes up rather violently and then accuses me of yelling at him. Well, after increasing my voice level, that's what it took to wake him up. I find it amusing. Is your husband ex-military? My dad isn't had to inform my mother to not be near when waking him up just in case. Thankfully brewing coffee seems to work. I have it on good authority that if you have sex, you get pregnant and die. So you're lucky you have such keen survival instincts. Found the male mantis. Reminds me of a story my middle school PE teacher told us. He was sleeping and had a nightmare that he was being chased by a huge, vicious dog. He finally stopped and punched the dog as hard as he could in the face. He heard his wife, the drama teacher, a few seconds later, "You hit me." Today I fucked up, currently stuck in chicken coop. Today I fucked up, locked in chicken coop currently. So just like the title says, I fucked up and locked myself in the chicken coop at home. It wouldn't be so bad if someone was home, but everyone else is at work about 30 minutes away and it's currently raining and muddy everywhere. How I did it. There is a board in front of the coop door to keep it shut when it's really windy or the bigger birds try to get in. This is the baby chicken coop. Well, I walked in to move their food to a spot that rain wouldn't get it, and when I went to walk out, the board had fallen under the handle of the door versus being in a place that would allow the board to be pushed aside when the door is open. It wouldn't be so bad, and I could have gotten out still by hitting the door harder if the ground wasn't mud, allowing the board to sink in when I try to push the door. Currently waiting for someone to decide to get home now and getting soaked in the process. Too long, didn't read. So summary, if you're using an outside source to help secure coops, make sure they aren't gonna lock you in too. Edit, update, I'm free after over an hour stuck. Coops 1 and 2. Coop 1 is the one I was stuck in, embarrassed smiley face, since I forgot about pics earlier. Edit, I know the small coop is in a bad spot for water, didn't know that area got swampy until after the coop was built, but have lots of drainage paths for water. Birds also have plenty of areas that are dry, they just prefer for some reason to be in the mud and hang out in the rain. Trust me, I've tried and they just go back and hang out in the rain. Fuck, I just hated being cooped up. Lol, yeah. My birds don't like it either. We have a hawk toe that has taken some lately, or else they'd be free range. I locked my mom in our chicken coop once. It only had a sliding deadbolt on the outside. I forgot that she was in the coop, locked it, and went inside. This is before cell phones, and I have no memory of how long she stuck in there until one of us realized and let her out. Seems like a shitty situation all around. Yeah, my mom laughed when I called her, embarrassed smiley face. Like if there was no rain I could probs get out, but everything is water and mud right now cause it's been raining all night and supposed to continue all day. Help me step chicken, I'm stuck. Why's that cock there? So are you and your family reconsidering the idea of locks for the door with handles on both sides now?